Hi everyone, I'm a PhD student from the Paris-Saclay University in France, and today I will present the methods that we used during the drug product challenge for the team bibliome, which is the name of the group in which I currently work. Our system is based on domain-specific BERT, more specifically BERT and VII. The main difference between domain-specific BERT and vanilla BERT is that domain-specific BERT is pre-trained on domain-specific corpus. For example, BERT uses PubMed abstracts, which is biomedical, and VII uses collected samples from Semantic Scholar. We noted pre-trained weights of these models by Hugging Face in our experiments. We made a hypothesis that integrating syntactic information into BERT may improve its performance. Here we propose to integrate constituent information. As shown here, we keep the noun or verbal phrases at the deepest level in the constituent tree to separate the sentence into chunks. We suppose that training a subnetwork on these chunks will integrate constituent information into our network. The whole architecture is simple. Between the pre-trained BERT model and the linear layer that we use in a standard fine-tuned network, we add two attention layers. At the output of pre-trained BERT, we get contextualized word piece embeddings, and with some embeddings of word pieces that belong to the same constituent to get the constituent embeddings. These constituent embeddings will then be fed into the newly initialized attention layers, and we suppose that interactions between constituents can be captured in this way and are useful for relation extraction. We submit 5 submissions by making ensembles of different combinations of models. There are 3 types of models: BERT, VII, and const BERT. For each ensemble, we train 8 models with different random initializations of weights and use majority vote to get the final prediction. We keep the same hyperparameters for training and use early stopping to control the training process. The loss function for fine-tuning is weighted, and we found using a weighted loss function improves the performance on the validation set. For each class, the loss is weighted by the ratio of total number of training examples and the number of training examples labeled in this class. Here are the results of our different submissions. We can find that integrating syntactic information does degrade the performance, though not much. By comparing the results 1 and 4, we observe that unlike VII, the const BERT seems to make consistent predictions with original BERT. Comparing 2 and 5 confirms this observation. Besides, we investigate the performance of our methods on these 3 classes with few training examples. We found that our 5 ensembles obtain 0 or close to 0 reference score on these classes, but for different reasons. For models without syntactic information, we score 0 on these classes because we did make some predictions for these classes, but they are not correct. But for those models with syntactic information, no or much lesser examples are predicted in these 3 classes. It means that integrating syntactic information makes our prediction more conservative. A natural explanation for the degradation of performance is that in our network there are 2 layers that are not pre-trained. Fine-tuning does not train these two layers sufficiently. Another possibility is that BERT has already learned the chunking information, thus manually integrating this information into BERT does no good but also no harm. Maybe the chunking information is too basic and learnable during the pre-training. We need to incorporate more advanced hierarchical information about the constituent tree. A possible solution is to replace the two attention layers by a tree LSTM layer. Thank you for your attention.